Sorry about that little misconvenience. But anyway, I just wanted to wish everyone a very happy new year. I know it's been a little bit over this new year, but I hope everyone has an amazing start to the year. And it is going to be quite an amazing year, I can tell you that. And can't wait to show you guys everything, but I just can't. And I feel like everything has a time and a place for everything, so I cannot show you immediately, sadly, but I will. And yeah. Let's read. 뭐 다들 안 주무시고, 저는 원래 이 시간에 안 자요. 그래서 맨날 일만 하다가 이렇게 맨날 있어가지고. Oh boy. Well, hi, I think I love you. Well, I think I love you too. I hope everyone's been enjoying the songs that I have just released. It's quite an amazing experience. It's quite fun, if I were to say so myself. 이게 무슨 소리냐면요, 제가 한국말을 섞어가면서 써드리겠습니다. Someone has the same hair as me. Amazing. 안녕하세요. 지금 한국은 지금 아직 4시 새벽인데요. 거의 잘 시간이죠. It's 4 a.m. here in Korea, and it's usually time for bed. A lot of people are sleeping right now, except for me. 네, 감사합니다. 코로나 진짜 조심하세요, 여러분. 이게 점점 좀 안 좋아지고 있는 것 같아서, 네, 항상 좀 조심했으면 좋겠네요, 여러분. Can't wait for the great music videos. Thank you. You enjoy my songs? Oh, thank you very much. I enjoy giving it to you guys. I enjoy giving songs and videos to you guys. But yeah, I mean, speaking of, yeah, I'm very excited. I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I don't know for what, but no. Hello, Diamonds Ben. Nice to meet you. Well, I love you guys too, and hi from Brazil. Full album 주세요. Yeah. 2021 will be an amazing year, not just for DPR, but hopefully for the rest of the world. Oh yeah, you know, I'm glad you liked So Beautiful and No Blueberries. 한번 틀어드릴까요? I feel like there should be a dance to this, you know? But I don't dance these days, so... I can't whistle to this. Glad you like it, guys. You're so No, this is an actual tattoo. So this is I actually got this in Peru. When I was in Peru, in one of the villages in, I think it's in Machu Picchu. Like when going to that place, there's like a little village, and apparently they did tattoos, and they did this for me, and you know, I always remembered it, and it was amazing. So 성냥탑, 성냥탑, 그게 뭔 말이죠? 제가 한국말을 아직 아직 부족해가지고 그래서 한국말을 막 섞어가면서 써볼게요. 근데 이 시간에 4시인데 한국 분들 다 이제 주무시거나 이러지 않을까요? 보통 이 시간에 다 자는 시간이죠. So yeah, that is done in Peru, and so are these. So yeah, oh yeah, you guys know that there's a story behind these videos. Well, I'm glad you think so. When I was making So Beautiful, I guess I imagined. So immediately when I first heard this guitar riff, it was a sample, and I was like, it reminded me so much of A Dark Place, but the Dark Place, it didn't necessarily feel dark, if you know what I mean. 아, 자려는데 깼어요? 죄송합니다. 제가 깨드려서 죄송해요. 깨서 죄송해요, 제가. 예. 조의현. 네, 조의현 씨. 지금 자는 시간인데 안 주무시네요. But anyway, yeah, when I first heard the guitar riff, the boom bam 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 bam, I just immediately felt like I was in a very dark place, but it wasn't very like scary dark. It was actually it was like a very beautiful dark place. And it was raining, and it was blue, and it was very I don't know, it felt very compelling. So then over that, I felt like something had to compel me to that melody. So I remember just whistling a tune, and it was like boom ba 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 ba, and then in my head it just all of a sudden I was like, and then I was like, oh, that it just, I don't know, that kind of whistle just stuck in my head, I think, and I was I don't know, I just immediately grabbed the mic and I started whistling. And by the way, I suck at whistling. I'm not a very good whistler. So I was like, 이 음을 진짜 어떻게든 휘바람으로 하려고 했는데 I just couldn't. I absolutely suck. So I just kept trying and trying until I got it. And then eventually I don't know, it just kind of it worked, and I got that little ba ba ba, you know, that little whistle that happened, and from that I started developing what was to be So Beautiful. And I wanted to put a message behind that story, the song, and like I said, it's just one part of something that's very big that I'm trying to puzzle together. But I'm really glad you liked it, and you know, I'm a huge bossa nova fan, and I love jazz, and I love jazz and pop. So I was like, you know what? Why not bring those two together? So yeah, I mean, that was the fun in it, and then, you know, because when I make a song, I like to imagine first, and then I make it. 제가 노래 만들 때는 감사합니다. 앞으로도 많이 사랑해주세요. 제가 만든 노래들. 제가 노래를 만들 때는 항상 상상부터 먼저 하고 노래를 만들거든요. 항상 캐릭터를 그리고 그리고 그 캐릭터가 어디에 있고 어떤 걸 느끼고 있고 그리고 그 공간이 어떻게 생겼는지까지 다 그려놓고 그 다음에 이제 거기에서 나올 것만 같은 음악, BGM 그렇게 노래를 만들거든요. 근데 감사합니다. 그래서 아마 영상이 더군다나 더 뭔가 자극적이라고 해야 되나? 약간 좀 더 그럴 거예요 아마. Yeah. So that's probably why a lot of my visuals are very, I guess, shocking, you know, because I base a lot of my songs, I imagine it first. I like to imagine a character and where that character is in and what he's doing and what he's feeling. 안녕, 넌 아름다워. 감사합니다. So I like to, I like to mix a lot of the visual aspects to the sonic aspect, and that's how I develop a song, you know. So I mean, I'm sure a lot of artists do that, you know. They visualize a certain thing and they sing about it, you know. Like, yeah. I'm sure, yeah, if you listen to a lot of the lyrics, they do, a lot of artists do that, you know. A lot of visual lyrics. It could be about a certain place or, you know, certain area or a certain day, you know. Like they have like for example, like Sunday morning. Like it's just about Sunday morning. Sunday morning, rain is falling. You know, it's just so it's kind of like that. I want to bring like something such as simple as something as Sunday to life. In my case, it's just something beautiful. So beautiful. 그리고 그거는 뭐 어쨌든 그거고. And 당신이 나를 잃고 있는 잠깐 뭐라고 쓴 거지? 있는 지복이 위에 머리를 부딪힐 수 있으니까 그게 뭔 말인지 모르겠어요. 네, 죄송합니다. I don't know what that means. Even though 얼굴이 뷰티풀해서 아닙니다. 감사합니다. 불러주세요. 뭘 불러드릴까요? 감사합니다. 극 칭찬을 그렇게 해주셔서 진짜 너무 당황스럽네요. How do I pronounce meme? I just did it. You can't get me for that now. I'm very certified in my memes. It's not a meme or a meme anymore. It's a meme. Why don't I like blueberries? Well, who said I didn't like blueberries? 사랑해요. What's my hair routine? I don't know. I've never done anything for me. I've never grown it out to this long. And honestly, I just let it go. And I don't know. It's kind of weird. I get why I think it's a lot. It takes a lot longer to dry. That's my observation. Yeah. Why are you looking good at this hour? I think I work in rotation, so I'm kind of alive now. And in the morning, I look like doggy doo doo. Oh yes. Do you want to get more tattoos? I do actually. But I get tattoos based on a series of events. So every time I look at it, it reminds me of that event. You know. 머리 자르지 말라고요? 아니 머리가 진짜 그냥 이렇게 이렇게까지 길어본 건 처음이거든요. 근데 와 진짜 너무 약간 관리하기가 되게 힘들더라고요. 진짜 이렇게 어려울 줄은 몰랐어요. 관리하는 게 머리가. 근데 씻고 나면 또 오래 말리는 데까지 진짜 너무 오래 걸리고 진짜 I wanna cut it and Do I have leg tattoos? I don't have leg tattoos. I might get one in the future. I don't know. 죄송해요. 제가 한국말, 영어 이렇게 습관적으로 왔다 갔다 해보겠습니다. So what I said is I'll go back and forth, English and Korean. 그럼 저도 어쨌든 한국말 느는 거니까 계속 이렇게 해야 되겠죠? 예. I don't know. Maybe I'll cut my hair when I get bored of it, or when I don't know when there's a good reason to, which I think there will be soon. I don't know. So do I plan on getting a neck tattoo? No, I don't. I don't plan on getting any tattoos from here to above, from here and above. I don't think I'll do that. 제가 타투는 아마 여기까지일 거예요. 약간 목이랑 목에서 얼굴까지는 그냥 안 하는 걸로. 제가 그거는 좀 별로 안 좋아해서. Hi from France. Hello. Hello. Are there any stories behind my tattoos? There's a lot of stories behind my tattoos. Yeah. 가장 좋아하는 노래요? 그때그때 좀 달라지는 것 같은데 지금 가장 좋아하는 노래는 What's a song that I really like nowadays? Someone asked me. I don't know really. 있긴 있는데 노래 하나 있어요. There's a song that I really like. 근데 그 노래가 아직 안 나왔어요. There's a song that I really like. It's actually one of my favorite songs. It's my favorite right now is because it means a lot to me. So, and it's not out. That's the only problem. So I can't really. I'm sorry. 들려줄 수도 없고. How old was I when I first got my tattoo? 제가 몇 살 때 첫 타투를 했냐고요? 저는 20대 초반이었을 것 같아요. 맞아요. 20대 초반? 중반? Do I think in English or Korean? I think in both. So 제가 영어로도 상상을 하고 한국말로도 이제 상상을 하는데 그런 게 있나 봐요. Looking forward to my next work. Thank you. I'm looking forward to sharing it with everyone. What's my favorite fruit? 제가 제일 좋아하는 과일. 산딸기. Raspberries. I like wild berries and raspberries. Yeah. 제일 좋아하는 영화. This is hard. 제가 좋아하는 영화는 I like a lot of movies. I like a lot of Tim Burton films. Tim Burton 작품을 되게 좋아해가지고 I don't know. I like Big Fish as well. I mean, I know that's based on a book, I think it was based on a novel. But Big Fish was also one of my favorite movies. Do I really hate blueberries? 제가 블루베리를 과연 진짜 싫어할까요? 그거는 여러분들한테 맡기겠습니다. 디스크 제 디스크가 아직도 있어요. 그래서 조금 아직은 좀 아파요. 맨날 앉아서 작업하고 막 이래가지고 목이 많이 안 좋아요. 그래서 그리고 얼마 전 허리를 다쳐가지고 허리도 많이 아파요. 그래서
I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe without masking tape. Stop, please. I need a house to be free. I need a rocket ship. I need to run from it. I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe without masking tape. Stop, please. I need a house to be free. I need a rocket ship. I need to run from you. I'm just kinda lost.
shout out to CL. She did amazing on this. You want me to sing? Well, I wanted to sing so badly. I actually want to do a concert so bad. When this corona ends, I can't wait to do shows. 빨리 이제 여러분들 앞에서 공연을 너무나 쓰고 싶네요. So I made this song 2 years ago. 제가 이 노래를 2년 전에 만들었어요. 근데 갱갱 외치고 싶어요. 외치면 되죠. 근데 제 갑자기 No Blueberries 하는데 DPR 갱갱 이러면 좀 안 맞을 것 같아서 어쨌든 이 노래를 제가 2년 전에 만들었어요. I made this song 2 years ago, and at the time, I felt like a villain, honestly, and I had a whole story planned up for this specific song, but 2 years ago, I felt like it wasn't ready, so I stopped making it, and later on, after I've cleaned up what I wanted to express, and it just came back to me at the right time. 제가 2년 전에는 이 노래를 만들긴 했는데 아직 뭔가 와닿는 게 없어가지고 그 주제라고 해야 되나? 그러니까 저한테 좀 특별한 만한 그런 주제가 없었기 때문에 제가 그때 만들고 이제 말았어요. 근데 이제 2년 뒤에 이제 다시 어쨌든 이게 타이밍이 좋았던 거죠. 이제 다시 찾아온 기분 노래가 그래서 완성을 시키고 이제 뭐 내긴 했는데 어쨌든 더 큰 앞으로 이거에 대한 더 큰 이야기가 이제 앞으로 풀어 나갈 거라서 아마 들었을 때 헷갈릴 수도 있어요. 왜 블루베리를 그렇게 싫어할까? 다 이유가 있어요. A lot of reasons, but I mean that was the main idea for it. So I mean, how to say MCD? I don't. MCD isn't it just MCD? What are your hobbies? I have a lot of hobbies. And I can't name a single one. That's pretty tough. 다 스토리가 있습니다. 네, 맞습니다. 근데 아직 다 공개되진 못하고요. 이거는 이제 나중에 가면 갈수록 이해할 수 있는 이야기죠. what's behind me? Oh, it's my chair. So. I'm no photographer, but I can picture us together. Well, so can I, and I do a little bit of photography. So yeah, I can do that too. Well, I'll cut my hair when it's ready, if you know what I mean. Hair always grows. You can always fix your hair and everything. So try headband if it gets too long. I've tried tying it, and it's yeah, I can tie it. 이제 머리를 묶을 수 있다는 게 너무 신기하더라고요, 저는. 근데 뭐 묶진 않고요. The personality of your song is so original. Thank you. Lori is at home today, and I will go see her. Aren't your legs tired from running in my mind all day? Damn, man, where do you find all this, you know? 머리 짧게 자를 생각 있냐고요? 네, 저는 원래 지금 이렇게까지 길어본 거는 처음이에요. 저는 원래 머리를 이렇게까지 길어볼 생각도 못했고, 근데 이렇게까지 긴 이유는 제가 약간 어떤 캐릭터를 위해서 약간 뭐 있어요. 어쨌든 여기 이상어를 제가 말씀드리면 좀 너무 많은 걸 얘기를 하는 거기 때문에 원래 짧았어요, 머리가. 네. 근데 삭발 말씀하시는 거면 삭발도 해봤어요. 약간 삭발을 하니까 좀 타조알 같이 생겨가지고 네. Are you in Korea? Yes, I am. I'm hotter than the bottom of your laptop? That must be pretty hot. Yeah, that's pretty hot. I just checked the bottom of mine and it seems pretty hot. Do I like spicy food? 저는 매운 거 진짜 못 먹어요. 진짜 먹으면 식은 땀이 나요. 그냥 땀도 아니라 식은 땀이 나요. I sweat like crazy when I eat something spicy. 나 진짜 재밌다. My voice is nice. Thank you. Yeah, Chancellor, could you be hitting different? What does that mean? Love from Brazil. Do I like ice cream? Yeah, I love ice cream. I think my favorite flavor would have to be, I don't know, it changes all the time. Too early. 진짜 일리긴 일리죠. Turn some music on. I think I will. Damn, I want to turn on a lot of songs right now, but I don't even know what to turn on. 노래 추천 해줄 만한 거 있어요? Mint chocolate mint. What is my favorite tattoo? Are you French because I fell for you? I love it. This Instagram is slowly and quickly turning into a pickup line 101. Hello, fan from Iran. So much love from Texas. Yes, I love Texas. I mean, I enjoyed it when I was there. What breed would I get if I was to get another dog other than Lori? I don't know. I think I would get a Doberman. Not too sure. Do you pour milk or cereal first? I pour cereal first. Yeah. My hands look heavy. Can you hold them? Yeah, sure. It's a little heavy, but without blueberries. Because I like no blueberries on my ice cream cake. I'm gonna go ahead and jam and butterfly. My number's not on it. 진짜 재밌다.
Jamming butterfly. Feel the sweet side.
좋아하는 가수요? 저 좋아하는 가수 되게 많아요. Sorry, I have to answer this. 근데 저는 I've a few specific artists that I'm inspired by. 예를 들면 I love Electric Lights Orchestra라고 옛날에 있었던 약간 밴드 가수들이었는데 그런 so Electric Lights Orchestra. So I like a song. I think I've mentioned this to a lot of people, but I use this as my reference. It's called Horace, Diary of Horace the Wimp. 근데 이 노래 진짜 좋아요.
Late again today. He'd be in trouble, though he'd say he was sorry. He'd have to hurry out to the bus. Horace was so sad. He'd never had a girl that he could care for. And if it was late once more, he'd be out. Uh-oh. Don't be afraid.
So yeah, 뭐 예를 들면 저는 이거 초등학교 때부터 들어가지고 This is called Electric Lights Orchestra and it's called Diary of Horace the Wimp. 근데 이거를 제가 초등학교 때부터 너무 좋아가지고 it always has a special place in my heart. And Daft Punk was a huge inspiration for me when I was a kid. That was always big. And yeah. 또 뭘 좋아하지? What other songs did I used to listen to when I was a kid? I used to listen to a lot of songs when I was a kid. I'm just trying to remember all the songs that I used to sing in the shower. 제가 맨날 샤워에서 불렀던 노래들을 지금 떠오르고 있는데 뭐가 있을까요? There's a lot of songs that I used to listen to when I was in the shower. I can't recall them right now. Oh yeah. There was like one song I remember. I remember listening to hold on, yeah, let me see. Johnny Be Good. That was also one of my favorite songs I used to sing to. I actually learned the guitar for this after watching Back to the Future. Because I remember Michael J. Fox, he plays it in one of the episodes. Yeah. Wow, 이거 진짜
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write.
So yeah, I used to listen to a lot of I used to sing this a lot when I was in the shower, and my mom would be like, "Yeah, get out, 빨리 나오라고." 엄마가 계속 맨날 이 노래를 부르면서 추억이 있네요. So I mean, yeah, that's a lot of memories. So I had a lot of fun singing stuff like that as a kid. I know it's different. I wasn't really like into hip hop or I was more of a rock, just more into that rock phase. 원래 밴드에 있었고 원래 밴드에서 이제 막 헤비 메탈도 하고 막 그랬죠. So I was always that hardcore heavy metal kid back in high school. I would also like, but in middle school, I practiced like screaming, like. 제가 중학교 때 맨날 그 헤비메탈 막 소리 지르잖아요. 막 이러잖아요. 그거를 중학교 때 맨날 연습하고 그랬어요. 근데 솔직히 이거 연습해도 좀 이상하잖아요. 그래서 항상 주변에 사람 없는지 확인하고 그 다음에 열심히 막 연습을 하는 거죠. I made sure, it's kind of weird, you gotta think about it. So if you practice like screaming in general, I'm not sure if you guys listen to heavy metal, but hardcore metal, they like scream, like they go off. There's a lot of different types of metal genres. There's like screamo, there's death metal, there's grind metal, and there's hardcore metal, and etc. But there's always a scream. But trying practicing that screaming was always embarrassing because as much as I was into it, I remember I had to make sure no one was around, and then I'll practice screaming. 근데 그게 진짜 지금 생각해 보면 뭘 하고 있는지 모르겠지만 진짜 재밌었어요. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I used to listen to a lot of Queen. Queen 엄청 좋아했고 중학교 때 특히나 when I was in middle school, so that's more than 10 years ago. That's about like 15 years ago, 14 years ago, 10 years ago, or yeah, more than that. I used to listen. Yeah, that's more than 10 years. That's like 15 years ago. 15년 전에 Queen을 되게 좋아했어요. I loved Queen. And I don't know, like I always used to sing that as well. Queen 있는지 한번 봐야겠다. 키 낮춘 걸로 한번 해봐야겠다. So I was always used to turn like, because back then you had like a pitcher. So I would always used to tone it down because I'll put one pitch down because I wasn't a very, like my voice couldn't go that high as a kid. So I always just pitch it down. I was like, is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. And I would always used to go off like that, and my mom would just be like, yo, get out. And I was like, look up to the skies and see. And then my mom would be like, and then I'll be so late for school, and then everyone would just, and then I'll still be singing that song as I was walking to school, and then my friends would be like, yeah, just but yeah, come out, like just stop, I come out of the song. And I was like, okay, sorry. And then yeah, it was pretty funny. 아 진짜 재밌었는데, 추억 진짜 돋는다. Yeah, it was fun. It was good times. But yeah, so that was fun, and I I don't know. After that, I just... What else did I sing when I was singing? Oh yeah, I mean, Sunday Morning was also a song that I really, really sang a lot. Maroon 5, like that's I think 중학교 때, 제가 초등학교 때 나왔나 그랬을 거예요. 그래가지고 그때도 그때 많이 들었고. So yeah, I mean like, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of songs that I used to sing. I'm just trying to remember all the things that I used to really, really like. What keeps you creating art? Led Zeppelin, fucking A. I love Led Zeppelin. And how can there be no one that likes it, like that doesn't like Led Zeppelin? I also liked liked a lot. I love Jimi Hendrix. Love me much Jimi Hendrix. The Misfits, the Ramones, Rancid. Rancid was like a punk band back then. AFI was also one of my favorite bands. No more nail polish right now. So, Arctic Monkeys. Do I ever? I love Arctic Monkeys. Arctic Monkeys 뭐가 있을까? Yes, I love the Smiths. I loved.
You got color in your cheeks. You ever get that feel that you can't shift, the type that skips around like summit in your teeth? Are there some aces up your sleeve? Have you no idea that you're in deep? I dreamt about.
But I can never get the timing right with what he says because he like sings it in such a unique way that only he can do. That it's not on beat and it's not off beat, so it's very free improv, but it's so well meshed, So I loved that about Arctic Monkeys. It's always like that in every single song. Nirvana, of course. Who doesn't like Nirvana? Nirvana was also a childhood favorite. But I could never sing like them. So that was only from 그렇게 노래는 못 불렀고요. And I also liked so other than rock and everything, Frank Ocean was also like really good. Frank Ocean도 맨날 듣고 했는데 the only problem with Frank Ocean is it's not in my key. I just could never sing. It was too high. 너무 높아 이거를. 근데 이것도 너무 좋았고 I loved it. But every time I hear this now, it reminds me of that meme where the person was like, I think it was like a potato flew around my room, right? Was it a potato or a tomato? I don't know.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but they fall when I'm thinking about you. You no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. You no, no, no. I've been thinking about you.
It's always it's 근데 너무
think so far ahead
us.
Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh.
It's so high. When it got to that part, I was always like, you know what? You could do that part. I'll just listen. 이게 너무 높아가지고 제가 어렸을 때 옛날에는 그냥 이 부분은 I was like, when he was like, oh, do you not think? And he puts it up. I would always be like, oh, do you not think so far ahead? Oh shit. And that was always funny. Like it was 항상 그 부분만 오면 그냥 뭐였더라? What was the lyrics before that? Do you think about me still? Do you? Or do you not think so far ahead? And I was just, I don't know. I just thought that was funny. 진짜 웃겼어. Anyway, sorry. I got mad distracted just then. Fuck. But yeah, like, to people that sing, if you're a singer that can sing in all keys, good for you. Like, you're amazing talent. I don't know how long you've had it, but that's good for you. But if you can't, if you know, I think everyone has a key that they're comfortable with singing in. Mine certainly not being in this key, but if you ever want to start singing and you've tried countless times and, you know, and you found yourself, I don't know, like trying to attempt songs like Adele, you know, and it just never worked out. I think mainly it might be because you're probably not in the key that you're in the comfortable range. I mean, that's just me. Don't take it from me. I'm not a very good singer myself, but for me anyway, that's what I've realized. It's like you sing a song and you're not in that key, like you're not in the key you're in, and you know, you might sound like a frog, but then another song you sound quite decent. So I mean, yeah, that could probably mean you're in key. Someone sings in every key, more like screaming. Yeah, you can scream, you know. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things. So I grew up as a like a metalhead. Metalhead, but I also appreciated jazz and fusion. So I listened to a lot of oldies, and I mean it's oldies now, but back then it wasn't. Yeah, I was a huge fan. 저는 진짜 어렸을 때 맨날 그러니까 밴드 음악인데 호주는 특히나 그 문화가 너무나 컸어요. 저는 이제 예술학교 다니긴 했는데 그 학교에 맨날 음악만 거의 맨날 하고 하다 보니까 그 맛에 저는 진짜 맨날 학교 가고 막 그랬는데. I like a lot of artists, yes. 감사합니다. 그래가지고 옛날에는 진짜 막 끝없이 맨날 학교 끝나면 친구 집에 가가지고 맨날 어디지? 가라지에 가가지고 창고에 맨날 이제 그냥 맨날 막 음악하고 막 그랬는데 옛날 생각이 많네요. 예. Oh yes, Latin music, absolutely love it. I love the Spanish guitar, and yes, I would say my taste is very versatile. I love Rex Orange County. I honestly love all of the indie scene. You know. Yeah, you got Cuco, Boy Pablo. You know. Yeah, Keshi has some amazing songs too. I like to check him out too. You know. Sorry, you would at least at one point would have had a run-in with rock in any type of form, honestly. You know, everyone had a whole emo phase, like, you know, like they were, you know, My Chemical Romance, they used, that little freaking emo phase, story of the year, but I don't think I was that much into the emo phase. I kind of skipped. I was into it for like a couple of months, and then I went heavy into I guess I was heavy into metal straight away. So yeah, that was always fun. I was a more of a metalhead, hardcore metal. So back then they used to do this thing called hardcore dancing, where it looks like you're trying to. So you go in a mosh pit, and they have like these dances that you do in the mosh pit. Yes, believe it or not, you actually did. If you're a hardcore kid, you went into these mosh pits, and every time they break down, and they have something called the two-step beat, where it goes, and every time they do that, there's like a dance for that. I know, and it's called the two-step, I believe, at the time. And it literally looks like you're shooing away flies and bees. 그러니까 진짜 그게 너무 재밌었는데. Yeah, but I used to do that too. He wasn't emo, just depressed. Yeah, I went to mosh pits. I was glad that I came out alive, So yeah. Spanish rock. I don't think I've heard too much Spanish rock. I think I might give it a try. If you do you like the song Mr. Brightside? I think everyone grew up with that song. Oh yeah, of course I know Corn. Yeah, I think everyone grew up with Mr. Brightside. I think it was more in the mainstream side. I remember listening to that. But I love Mr. Brightside. Especially I love the lyrics. The music video, that blew me away, And I'm gonna go sleep soon. Try find bang Tangerine Rye. Okay, I'll remember that. Tangerine Rye. Happy birthday, Prachi. Baby metal. Well, I mean, that is a form of metal. It's these three lovely Japanese. I think. Yeah, I think they're not kids, right? Yeah, no, they're ladies, I believe. But I love that subfusion genre of Japanese metal as well. It's very interesting. Yeah, I'm a night owl. Yeah. I should make my own signature. I don't know what that could be. Should it be coming to you, Ian? That wouldn't make sense, because coming to you live is an actual news thing. You can't really go coming to you, Ian. 그러게, 태그라인을 생각을 안 해봤네요. Do I want to try tying my hair? Yeah, I can try tying my hair. But yeah, I think in general, when I was young, the rock that I used to listen to was very not many people knew about it, other than the scene that we had. I used to listen to like Suicide Silence. Well, everyone knows Job for a Cowboy. Alicia, I believe they were called. Obviously, Parkway Drive was Australian representative, so Carpathian was also Australian rep. I Killed the Prom Queen, Australian rep. There's a lot, Bury Your Dead. Bury the Dead is by a Comeback Kid, but Bury Your Dead was a hardcore band. Terror, again. There's a lot, I can... Funeral for a Friend, I Love the Neighborhood, yes. Do I know Troye Sivan? Yes, I believe Troye Sivan's from Australia as well. Yeah. Drop Dead Gorgeous, yes. Bring Me the Horizon, Under Oath. Yeah, man, there's a lot. I just Kill Switch Engage. Silverstein or Silverstein. I've never really understood how to pronounce that. Census Failed. Yeah, I can go on forever. Like, honestly, I went to a lot of the shows, watched a lot of shows. Was part of the mosh bands. Yeah. You are Drop Dead Gorgeous. Thank you. So are you. So are you, love. Bullet for My Valentine's, of course. Do I like Kylie Minogue? I don't think I've ever. I never had an opinion about her. Honestly, I've watched her a lot growing up, because she was repping Australia hard. So I guess I've always supported her in that sense. Yeah, but I've never really thought about that. I will perform in the US once COVID becomes clear, hopefully soon. But till then, everyone just stay safe. Oh yeah. I love black, obviously. I look like a teenager, and that's a good thing. Well, it could be the lighting. 댓글 막혔어요? 감사합니다. 제 음악 취향이 근데 좀 많이 어렸을 때는 좀 많이 컸죠. So yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, yeah, my inspiration was all types of layered music. I loved layered music. Speaking of layered music, I think Sigur Rós. I think they're Icelandic. Not too sure, but them too. I was always inspired by them. They're like hugs. I love hugs. If you're planning to give one, yeah. Will you? What is that? Oh, okay. Hello from the States. Sigur Rós, yes. Walls of Jericho, of course. Most Precious Blood. They're also one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, shit, I can go on forever, honestly. Favorite film director, Tim Burton. It would have to be Tim Burton. Yeah. Cigarettes after sex. Yes. Why not? I'm just joking. I like them too. Ti amo. So I mean, yeah. Oh yes. I love bossa nova music. I would share my playlist, but it's on my phone, and my phone currently right now is on live. So a lot of countries I would love to travel to. Wink if I'm happy. Definitely. It's about 5 a.m. So your music taste is chef's kiss. I don't know what a chef's kiss is. I'm guessing it's correct me if I'm wrong. When am I dropping new music? Interesting question. The Beach Boys, yeah. Still some covers and some. Circuit dance. Yeah, I should give that a try. Zombie pop. Do I love 21 songs? Yes, I do. I support 21 all the way, you know. But yeah, Zombie Pop was honestly like I made that song in like 40 minutes. It was actually for the video. I did not expect people to like, you know, really enjoy it. So being in it. AC/DC, Akadaka. Who doesn't love AC/DC? I remember I think I was trying to sing like AC/DC, and then my voice cracked. I think that was during my puberty, and that's when my voice like changed. And I thought it was because I tried to imitate Akadaka, but yeah, it was just because I was hitting puberty, and yeah, and ever since then I kind of stopped singing or stopped trying to sing AC/DC because I just couldn't, obviously, but because it just, I don't know, it left an impression that my voice would change. Cheers from Amsterdam. Absolutely. I loved it there, by the way. The Beatles. Oh yes, who does not like the Beatles? I like you a lot too. And it's good that you're happy. Any words of inspiration for an aspiring songwriter and singer? Honestly, for me, the advice I can give you guys is, I don't know, just don't stop. Honestly, for me anyway, I always thought that was I kind of realize a lot of people tend to stop because they start filling their like heads with everyone else's like opinions, and you know, like it's, I don't know, it's always somebody else telling you something, not agreeing with a certain thing, and that always throws you off. There's no such thing as it has to be this, or it has to sound like this, or it has to be like this for a lot of people to listen to, or it has to be like this for it to be like it to pop off. I always thought that was such a buzzkill when you started, I don't know, like seeing or writing songs based on what you thought it had to be, based on what other people were like telling you it should be. So I kind of felt that was a huge buzzkill for any aspiring artists in general. So I just tend to shut that off, you know. Honestly, who gives a fuck? And you should just honestly just go for what you want, you know. Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's the point, isn't it? Like, and if people like you for doing you, then, you know, that's great. That's how people should like you for. If people start liking you for doing things that isn't you, then that isn't you. And I don't think you can keep that up for very long, because at the end of the day, you're probably not going to be happy, because you're ultimately going to be trying to keep up somebody that you're not. And that will ultimately end you giving up. Well, that will lead you to give up a lot of things. So, I mean, yeah, that's just the only advice I have. Honestly, like, I feel like the whole technical and the skill aspect comes with as much passion as you have for it, honestly. Anyone's capable of anything. That's why I never look down on anyone, because everyone is capable of everything. It just depends, really, on who tells you that you can't do it and who supports you. Surround yourself with people that support you. And if you look around and there's no one that supports you, then just get out of there. Honestly, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's all I can say, honestly. Yeah. But other than that, yeah. If anyone else has any questions, yeah. Lithuania, hello. Do I have a brother? Cause I'm hot. I don't have a brother. To Eric Coreano, I'm guessing yes. Aha. When I visualize characters in my songs, are they similar to me or are they different to me? That's a very good question. The characters that I design in my head all have a part of me that gets included. How my character design works is if I don't imagine that to be me, I have a very hard time drawing up that character at all. You know. 이상형이요? 곧 알려드리겠습니다. So for me, drawing up a character in my head has always had some type of relevance to a part of me. And that's how I draw inspiration from that. And it could be like and you know, it doesn't always have to be like my characteristics. It could also be like, for example, when I was 18, I used to be reckless. Like I used to be dumb and I used to be wild. But that's a part of me that as growing up, I feel like has diminished. But that's not to say I still I should forget it. So I still remember that. I still remember how I felt back then. And so from those memories of who I was, that was a part of me, I would muster up a character. And that's essentially me, would it not be? 제 이상형이요? 그러게요. 제 이상형이 계속 바뀌는 것 같아서 이상형이 일단 뭐 어렵네요. 진짜 약간 외적인 것도 뭐 말로 표현할 수가 없고 그냥 보면 알아요. 그게 뭔지 모르겠어요. 그냥 보면 알아요. I think so that's essentially what my characters are built from. Lots of love from Bulgaria. Yeah. Do you want to do movies or photographs in the future? I would love to do movies, of course, being a director. Not a movie director, but maybe one day. What about a song for your mom? I honestly wouldn't say I haven't tried. I have tried making a song for her. I think it's a part of me that wants the song to be perfect for her. That makes me like, as I'm doing it, I want to make it even better. So I scrap it because I feel like it's not good enough. Because I just want it to be the perfect song. And you can't rush that. It's got to really, really come out and I feel like there's a right time and a right moment for that to come out. But yes, I have definitely tried. Do I want to have kids? Yeah, why not? I would love to make mini-me's with someone that I love and I cherish. Essentially, it would be mini-me's and mini-hers. So yeah. 졸리지만 갈 수가 없어요. 아이고. 저도 이제 곧 갈게요. 저도 이제 졸리기 시작해가지고 좀만 참으면 돼요. I would love to visit Nepal. Yeah, I would love to visit Nepal. What's your Myers-Briggs personality type? I haven't looked into. I remember it was an INFJ, I believe. I don't know. The only reason I remember that is because I don't know what anything else is, but I got INFJ, and I and the funny thing is I didn't bother to look at what it was. So I'm sorry, I can't provide you any more information than that. 아유, 감사합니다. 영어 할 때 섹시하다고. 제가 영어를 잘 뭐라 해야지? 영어를 그러니까 한국말 할 때는 이 목소리 톤이 바뀌어요. 왜냐면 한국말은 생각하면서 해야 돼요. 그래서 편하게 못 해가지고 좀 그런 게 있어요. 그래가지고 네. 죄송해요. 제가 한국말 섞어가면서 할게요. Yeah. So introvert. So I means introvert. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, maybe that's possibly the case. I don't really like going out. I'm a homebody person. I never. I don't. I'm not. I really. Well, when I was young, I used to go out and party, but I don't know. For the last 6 years or 7, I don't know. I couldn't enjoy it. I just didn't like going out. 안녕하세요. Well, I don't know. I don't really. Date with. I don't know what that is. 오빠, 내 댓글에 보인다면 당근을 외쳐라. 당근. 당근. When did I notice my passion was art? I don't think I've noticed that. I think I only noticed that when somebody points that out, if that makes sense. Ever since I was a kid, I was keen on making something. I didn't know if that was art. I didn't know what it was called, but I remember I wanted to translate how I felt, not in that moment, but let's say after I watched like a musical that blew me away. I felt like sharing that. I felt like holding on to that feeling by myself, knowing it only by myself, was too much of a waste. And I remember I wanted to replicate that feeling, but how can you do that? Like, how do you replicate watching like a huge spectacular musical at the age of 10? How do you translate that to your kid? Sorry, not to your kids, to your friends that are kids, because you're a kid. How do you translate that? And I just didn't know how to do it. So I remember I tried finding the songs that were played in that musical. And and back then we had like Walkmans, but I remember I made my friends listen to it while I was like sitting next to him and explaining to him each scene that I could remember at each specific time of the song. And I don't know, I think from then on I never stopped imagining, and I never stopped wanting to replicate how I felt every time I had like a breathtaking moment. Sad and happy. How am I? I'm great. this musical was, I tried looking for it, but I couldn't find it. I remember it was in French, I believe, but it was based on clowns. And I know what you guys might be thinking. It wasn't like a circus type of clowns. It wasn't those scary clowns. It was like these very artistic clowns. I think they were from France, and they didn't speak they didn't speak at all. They didn't look too much like clowns, but they were showing the sad part, the sad side of being a clown, of wanting to make everyone laugh, but not really laughing themselves, if that makes any sense. And it was really breathtaking, because the way they incorporated sonic and visuals kind of blew me away as a kid. I still remember the last scene, that last moment when this clown finally found happiness. Ironically, it's a clown that they're meant to make you laugh. And this clown, he finally found happiness, and it was like the simplest thing. It was a flower that was growing out of the ground. And he stopped and he looked at it, and as he was going down to touch the flower, in front of the flower, or a huge, like, I guess the whole doors opened, and the walls opened, and all of a sudden there was like this gigantic fan, and the fan was just blowing so hard, like extremely hard, and with the fan came this thunder-like music, and the clown was getting pushed away. Like, that was how strong it was. However, as the clown was getting pushed away, he was still trying to protect the flower that was stuck in the ground. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, that's the type of person I want to be. But more than that, it was just so breathtaking. And I remember the colors, and I remember how it felt, and I think that was the first time I realized what it meant to get goosebumps seeing something, from just seeing something in a very inspiring way. So that was that was the one scene I remember. It was crazy. Yeah. But anyway, it does sound like a lot like The Little Prince, but it was a clown. Words you want to hear from people. That's a very interesting question. I don't think I've ever wanted to hear something from somebody. I like listening. I think listening is probably one of the hardest things you can do. But you've never. 비유는 놀랍습니다. Yeah, I think I like listening. I think the one awkward thing about any type of live streams, or like lives, or streams in general, where you have a person talking to the camera, is there's no interaction. There's a lot of me talking. It's a lot of me. Like, how my day's been, and how this is this, and what I think of this, and granted, it is purely the whole point of this. However, I think I've always tended not to be so comfortable with that, in a sense, or because I don't know, I like listening to people. I like asking them a lot of questions, and I feel like with a lot of this evolving, like, I feel like we're beginning to forget how to communicate a lot to each other. That's why we have a lot of fights, and I feel like that's why there's wars, and there's all types of things. But in the end, I think people should listen more. Listening. I think that does everything. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe next time you're talking to a friend and, you have this urge to say something, yet because it's in your head and you've always, you're waiting to say it so badly that you don't hear what your friend's been saying for the last 30 minutes. I don't know, I would say just stop and literally try listening, It could be interesting. Do I often feel awkward with someone new? No, I don't. I don't feel awkward with anyone new. I think it comes from the mentality of what's there to be awkward about? If you really think about it, right? Like, that person is going to be different from you, regardless. You can't expect that person to like you. You should drop that assumption. If you want that person to like you, I think that's also a very interesting and, I don't know, thing to think about. If you go into meeting somebody hoping that they would like you, or hoping you don't screw up this and that, I think that usually tends to lead into awkwardness. But if you yourself, and if it's kind of like the attitude of, this is me, honestly, and if this person likes me for being me, then great. But if he or she doesn't, then really, then why bother? It's you should surround yourself with people that that do appreciate you. I mean, this brings me back to my point of like music too, like, or anything you do. You don't have to justify yourself being someone that you're not. I think it's just, it's like, I get it. I get why everyone would do it, but honestly, that's, at the end of the day, you will get tired of that. And when you get tired, you just want to be alone. Could be different from everyone, I'm sure. But me anyway, personally, yeah, that's just me. You love me since day one. Well, thank you. I'll love you till day of infinity. But yeah, so that's just what I think. I tend to not to want to get too stirred up in what people think, and what people expect of you, and that's all great. But you can always choose not to. Talking to someone new is always tiresome? Well, I mean, yes, it could be. I mean, it depends how you go into it, right? If you've always gone into a conversation thinking you're going to go through the whole book again from start to end, then yes, it is very tiring. It's tiring just even giving energy. Listening is also a huge it's giving energy a lot. So that's why I say listening is probably one of the hardest things to do. Talking is easy, I can talk about myself forever if I wanted to. But listening is hard, It is. And that usually comes a lot from also having to put oneself aside, putting one's ego away as well. That requires a lot of listening. And then, yeah. Oh dear. What is that? Just reading the questions. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, if people if you choose to go to a Mahakita sorry. I mean, I don't know. You can therapy too. I've had my fair share with therapy. But I don't know. Like if I think therapy is also that type of form. Therapy works because if you think about it, you want someone to listen to you. Again, this is a very what's up, Dre? Yes, you are a very good listener. So, it brings me back to the whole idea of listening. Therapy works because it's in the whole idea of you want to be heard. So you go find somebody that you don't know to listen to you. And that's what they'll do, because that's what therapy is. They sit down and they listen to you. Most of the times, if you really think about it, you don't want your problems to be fixed. You don't tell somebody, you don't talk to somebody or rant, or you don't go off because you want them to fix it. But ultimately, it's just, you just want to be heard, So in that sense, based off of that, then you can become a therapist as well, right? You can, for a friend or someone special that's close to you, or not even. That he or she might not even have to be that special somebody in your life. You could just listen, and that will save so much, I think. So often we don't listen, that usually this, I feel like the whole world falls into chaos because we don't listen to one another. 감사합니다. I see. Well, yes, I think everyone can have a good experience or a bad experience. I think it really depends who you talk to, right? But yes, I love having a real conversation from time to time. I find it very hard to have a conversation at clubs. You're always shouting, "Where are you from?" And then apparently, they get that all mixed up in saying, I don't know. I've had moments where I don't know why I try to have a conversation in clubs, but it just never works. So that's why I just stopped going. Because it's just like, and then my friends are like, "You're an idiot. Like, why would you like try like having a conversation when the music is that loud?" And I was like, "I'm sorry." Yeah. So it's pretty funny. So when Corona is hopefully better, the world comes back, into one piece, I think definitely you'll definitely see me. I'll definitely go to each one of you. Personally, that would be great, but the whole team would go, and we're definitely gonna have a fun show together. So if you guys can, please stick with me through our journey. And I promise I will share with you guys what I've felt and what I will feel and what I've been feeling. And hopefully that can translate to you guys really well. So, yeah. Thank you, dear. I'll love to go to the Philippines. But yeah, anyway, I really do have to go now. 전 이제 가봐야 될 것 같아서요. It was really fun. I always love our talks, our little secret talks. And I hope and yeah, just stay appealed. I have a lot that I want to get out. But I'm glad that at least you guys, are I guess are with me on this journey. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in on the Ian podcast. One of it's a very interesting podcast. You could actually see me as well, live. Wait, do they do that in podcasts these days? Would that be a live podcast? Oh fuck, they already do that. Yeah, sorry. But anyway, it was fun. So, till next time. Stay appealed and stay happy, stay healthy, stay smiling, and yeah, guys, have fun. Good night. 전 이제 이만 자러 가보겠습니다.